Welcome to the episode of Kizzle
and Gizzle
Truths. Now today we're gonna go a different direction of what we usually talk about. It's gonna be quite a serious video. We're gonna be talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. Now I know many of you may not want to hear this, but this is something as two black people, we can't have a channel where we voice our opinion on stuff and not talk about this. So we are going to try and not, because you could talk for hours when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement. We're going to try and keep it to a certain amount of time, and we just hope that you bear with us, and we'd love to hear your opinions and your comments. Please guys, try not to leave any racist or offensive comments in the section. This is all love. We are not attacking anyone in this video. So recently you had the killing of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. If I'm saying those names incorrectly, I apologize. Kizzle, your thoughts?
My thoughts on that, it was tragic, to say the least. But I'm more... When I first heard about it, I was just thinking, but wait a second, why am I so infuriated now? This is like not the first shooting that we've had.
First, third, second, third, fourth, fifth.
But yet this time I was just so infuriated. And I had to take a step back and realise that it's just the fact that it's more social. Like bringing up their criminal records and all sorts of shit. But this time, you're seeing it live. A man being shot in the car with his child at the back.
And then his wife or girlfriend being dragged out of the car. And
just like...
And then with Alton Sterling, you clearly saw that one police officer had him pinned down and the other one shot him. He couldn't do anything. Alton was pinned down. If you haven't seen the videos, please go and look. Look for them, please.
So I think right now what it is that, you know, people are voicing it a lot more. Social media's allowing it to spread. Do I think it's the last? No. Yeah.
It's hard to talk about, right?
It really, really is. It really is.
So, as a result, in my opinion, of Alton Sterling and the Philando Castile shootings, we had the Dallas shootings where 5 non-black, let's say they're Caucasian as far as I know, all of them, were killed by a sniper who was identified as a black ex-American Army vet or Navy vet who sniped them. He was then killed by a drone holding a bomb. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories saying this guy didn't even exist.
Really?
Because when you googled him, there was nothing coming up. He had like something like it was either a Facebook or Instagram post that had just recently been put up, and he was 25 years old, and there was nothing that he had basically no digital footprint.
Do you think then, I'll flip this then, do you think, let's just say, right, that this guy did exist and he did kill 5 cops, do you think it's justified?
I don't think any type of violence, I don't think violence is ever the answer.
Do you think that...
What do you think?
It's not justified at all. Does it show empowerment? Yes. Does it show that after every action there's going to be a reaction? Yes.
So you're saying that black people are being pushed up against the wall and this is them lashing out? Karma, tit for tat.
Yeah.
And do you think tit for tat is correct?
No, but even to end slavery, I'm sure we weren't just like, oh yes, please, yeah.
There was a civil war in America.
Yeah.
I don't know the full.
Yeah. So, and if we're going down that route, which it clearly looks like we are.
I don't agree with it. I don't think violence is the answer. I don't think you stop violence with violence, but I understand why it happened.
Yeah.
I understand why it happened. And doesn't make it right. Please don't take me on saying I understand as condoning, as, you know, like saying it's right, because I don't feel like that at all. Those police officers were doing their job and were, you know, policing a peaceful protest. They didn't harass anyone. They weren't one of the police officers that were doing these things. They didn't deserve to die. No one deserves to die. But they're least of all compared to the ones that were doing what they were doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why my heart bleeds for them. I feel sorry for them. They were, for all we know, they were the good guys.
True.
They were the good police officers, good white police officers out there that didn't want this. Like that guy, that police officer, the game child started a GoFundMe page for him. He's amazing. I'm going to put a link to him in the description. Please go check him out. And if you want, donate to his GoFundMe page. He's a white police officer who makes it his mission to try and rebuild the damaged connection between the black community and the police force. That is amazing. I do not believe that every police officer thinks this way. What I will say is, I do believe that there is a entrenched ideology in the police force, the American police force, which is promoting behavior like this.
Yeah, definitely. Just
like, and I bet a lot of Americans don't know this, a few years ago, I don't remember this, the British police force was deemed institutionally racist. And the government set out schemes and programs to tackle that. I think that's what the American government needs to do now. They need to accept the fact that there is an ideology that's causing and breeding this problem in the police force. Because it's not just happening in New York. It's not just happening in Texas. It's not just happening in Louisiana. It's happening all over America.
Moving on, slightly on the same thing. Do you think it benefits to protest?
Yes. Yes, definitely. Peaceful protest is needed.
We've been protesting.
So what would you suggest?
No, we've been protesting. I suggest, and I think what would make a huge impact, is we stop buying in certain shops and all the NBA players stop playing.
All the R&B and hip hop singers stop singing.
Beyonce cancels her Formation tour. Because then someone's going to sit up and listen.
But then Beyonce, they're losing money.
Every black person that plays NBA doesn't play, then what? Merchandises will drop, sponsorships will drop,
endorsement.
All of that will just drop, and people will have to listen up and take heed for a second.
So, celebrity involvement in the Black Lives Matter movement, how do you feel about that?
You know what? Today it hit me as well. Beyonce was just on BET a couple of weeks back, prior to
Philandro
and all that shooting, and she sang Freedom. Now I know we look at it like, yeah, okay, it's on her album, why not? But of all songs that she could have sung, she sang that one, and it was just so relevant. You know, it was so relevant.
It was so real. Her and Kendrick done an amazing job. Let's give them a round of applause.
And then what? A week later, you start to see what they're talking about.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, for real.
All these people say, I like Beyonce when she wasn't political, she's just doing this to make money. No, she's not. I'm so proud of her. Yes, she's still making money by selling her albums, but oh my gosh, she is standing up for black people. I am ridiculously proud of Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of yours before.
True.
I'll be 100% honest, I wasn't. But after this, I'm still not a big fan. But I have the utmost respect for you.
For real. Put respect on that name.
Put respect on him. The utmost respect for you, Kendrick Lamar. Utmost. I am.
Wait a second. Right? Do you know who I've started to have a lot of respect for, guys? Chris Brown. Now, if you watched one of our earlier videos, this is not a fan of Chris Brown. But let me tell you this year, the minute the shooting happened, he went live on Instagram, put it out there about how he felt.
Yo, man, something gotta give, bro. It just has to. Shit is fucking annoying and it's disrespectful. Man, we getting killed every day. Fuck this celebrity shit. Fuck the jury. Fuck me being on stage. Fuck me trying to, get y'all to buy albums. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Us as a people, fuck just a black people. Fuck just a community. I'm talking about a whole, man. Everybody. This shit needs to stop, bro.
Has Rihanna said anything?
Oh, she's in that 23 Ways That You Can Die of Being Black campaign. Yeah, with Alicia Keys. Did Alicia Keys start that?
I have no idea, but we'll put a link to that in the script.
I'm really proud of Usher.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Usher and Jermaine Dupri, who have now taken out all their money from whatever bank that it was at and put it into a black bank in America?
Yeah, before.
Oh God, the shade.
Stevie Wonder performed in London.
Was it London?
Yes, Hyde Park.
Was it?
It's Hyde Park recently, and he put up. I don't know. You read the article. What exactly did you do? Tell me.
So Stevie Wonder performed in front of a huge crowd. He said, "Yeah, so you guys all know about the bullshit that's going on. It's fucked up. We've got to do something."
He said it.
Literally. He said literally, and half the crowd applauded him, as you do, and the other half was just quiet. And he was like, all of you here who don't agree with me, I don't give a fuck. Again, but to add insult to injury, he then said, look, you can pretend that it doesn't happen, but I'm blind and I can still see it, so you must see it. Word. Reality.
Talking about like blind and people being I watched a video recently. I know you've seen it because I think you reposted it on Facebook. And I want to ask our white viewers who's watching this.
Oh, that lady.
Let me just say again, we have nothing against white people. This is not bashing white people.
Nope.
At all. I just want to ask you all this question.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
What's the call? What do you expect them to do? What can they do?
Just give your support. And you know, the another topic we're going to talk about right now is Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter.
Oh yeah, that nonsense.
It's like saying, oh my God, get the hose, my house is on fire, you need to put it out in there. And they start hosing all the other houses. And they'll be like, but it's my house on fire. Yeah, but all the houses now. But the other houses aren't on fire. My one's on fire. So you don't need to house the other houses. You only hold the other houses. My one's on fire. We get all lives matter. We're not asking anyone to die. And being pro-black doesn't mean being anti-police. Please get that in your mind.
Wait, same about that whole all lives matter on that same topic. What J-Lo statement?
Oh God. To be fair, I don't really want to talk about this. Because I don't think who's going to get upset with me talking about this. I didn't bring it up. She did.
No, I mean, really?
To be honest, okay. I doubt J-Lo has control over social media. And if you notice, J-Lo has removed it all now. Most celebrities don't even have control, don't even do their own social media, especially when it comes to promoting songs.
What song was she trying to promote?
Come on, guys. Please. No one here honestly believes J-Lo is racist. Kizzle, you really think
I didn't say nothing.
Well, I asked you a question.
I did not say nothing.
Do you think J-Lo is racist?
Do you know what, yeah? I'm not a big enough fan. So I know that some of you lot are.
We went and saw her in concert together.
Yeah, it was free boo. I think that she's racist. I just think it was just, if it's someone managing her PR, then they did a bad.
She dated Diddy. She's not racist. She dated Diddy.
Just because you date.
Oh my God, Jennifer Lopez.
Race.
She grew up in the Bronx. Jennifer Lopez is
There's
not
a lot
racist.
of white and black people who grew up in the Bronx.
Tell me, how many you know?
I don't know.
Right, yeah, like you know. I lived in the Bronx, okay?
Just because you date another race, it doesn't necessarily mean. Maybe dating's as far as you go.
I don't. As opposed to.
I don't know.
She was engaged to him.
She was engaged to a lot of people, of a lot of mixtures. Of
Exactly, that's why she's not racist. J-Lo is willing to take any race, if you know what I mean. J-Lo is not racist. J-Lo is an equal opportunist when it comes to all men of color. J-Lo is not racist, and I will defend J-Lo to the end. This is for you, and you know who I'm talking about. You know who this is for you, my friend. You know who I'm talking to. I'm not gonna say any names. But J-Lo is not racist. I am impressed by some of the celebrity involvement. However, I don't think it's enough.
I think they just need to stop doing all what they're doing. I think black people need to sit on their hands and not do anything, i.e. not shop in certain places. Actually make people sit up and think, rah, our sales have dropped. Make China want to take out their money out of America.
Talking about international, did you hear Russia has declared the Black Lives Matter movement as a racist group? And racist terrorist group.
Oh yeah. But Russia just needs to take several seats. They got sanctions on their ass that they need to be dealing with. Next.
Probably gonna come for our YouTube page now. So proud of people like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, who are doing so much. Janelle Monáe.
What is Janelle Monáe doing?
Janelle Monáe was protesting before it was cool for other celebrities to protest. Do your research. She protested in Times Square with other protesters before other celebrities jumped on the bandwagon.
Okay.
I am so proud of America.
What about Snoop Dogg?
Him and The Game took a march down LA up to the LAPD headquarters and sat down with the LAPD headquarters chiefs to discuss the relationship between police officers and the black community. But more needs to be done. I'm even proud of, and I'm probably going to get ridiculed for this, Kim Kardashian, who wrote that letter on her, just to the public. She wrote that letter on her website talking about how cool it is, talking about how you can go and contact your local Senate and demand them to take action from this in America. We can't do that, obviously, but we can in the UK contact our local MPs and tell them that this is something that we are worried about. International relations is a thing, and I feel like we should leave a link in the description of how to contact your local MP.
Yep.
Saying that, why is she saying that her son's going to have privileges like white people anyway? She has a black son, period. And even beyond having a black son, these are human lives. She is a human. She is allowed to care about these lives. Which brings me to our final topic.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter in the UK. I've heard some recent criticism as to why the UK is feeling so passionate about it. And I'm going to reveal something. And recently, both myself and Kizzle had a emotional breakdown about this whole situation. Because it is really getting to us. It's sad that more than 50 years after Martin Luther King's death, this is still happening. It's sad that more than 200 years after the end of slavery, this is still happening. How much longer is we as black people going to have to keep fighting?
Why is it that the UK are so bothered if it's not on our soil, is the question that we've had posed at us. Why are we so infuriated when we're not going through?
We're not having to worry about, when we get in our car, are we going to get pulled over and shot? So American viewers know British police officers don't have guns. So why are we so frustrated? Why are we?
I think the UK. I feel we're frustrated because one of our great ties and relationships that we have with the US. The US have a huge influence on a global scale to a lot of countries, and they do set precedents for a lot of things that happen within the UK. Therefore, if UK police officers begin to see that such behaviour is acceptable, then it's it's just only a matter of time before it comes onto our doorsteps, and it's something that we're trying to prevent. There are incidents where it actually has happened.
I was going to say black history and black issues in America are publicised a lot more than black issues in the UK. But for American viewers, and maybe even for some of our British viewers that don't know this, please search the Brixton riots, the Sus Law, Mark Duggan. It's happened. Stephen Lawrence. These issues are happening over here as well.
It's just not happening as frequent.
On the scale.
And as well highlighted, should I say, to the point where America's issues are being highlighted.
And also, we feel for you. You're our black brothers and sisters. We all are in this Western world because of slavery and colonization. We feel for you.
What I must say, and for a spanner in the woodworks on this, okay.
Spanner in the woodworks. You're not supposed to stand in wood.
Are you gonna edit that out?
No. And I'm not gonna edit that out either.
To just be devil's advocate, why all of a sudden now are black people saying those are our brothers and sisters, let's all unite?
We've always felt like that. That's why we learn. That's why you learned about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. He wasn't fighting for your rights or my rights, but that's who we learned about.
Yeah,
We've always
but
felt
let's
like
keep
that.
it real. Yeah, let's keep it real. When we have area postcode beef and you can't go from one end to another end, yeah, 9 times out of 10
I reckon you probably don't know what the hell you just said.
No,
Postcode wars are kind of like east side, east coast, west coast.
Crips and Bloods, right?
Yeah, there's certain parts of London. If you're from one part of London, or I guess the UK, you can't go to another part if you're in that gang. And yeah.
So now all of a sudden we're getting shot up by white police. It's now our brothers and sisters when we don't actually take care of.
When it was black on black.
So we now all of a sudden have a problem when white people are shooting us up. Really? It's a bit of double standards.
So why do you have a problem if you think it's double standards?
I'm being devil's advocate on the fence. I've never actually taken part or been a part of postcode wars. I can sit back and say, okay, yeah, it's my brothers and sisters, but we've got a lot of people that are here marching with us that are still part of the postcode wars. Now, it could just be a thing that this actually brings us together and dies that all out. Sometimes it takes huge events in life like this to bring people together. But there is also, there is that to think of.
That is a really good point, and I don't have an answer to it. But all I know is that... Okay, let's answer this question another way. Black Lives Matter to British people, why? Me and you are British. Yeah? So let's give our own personal reasons to why this has affected us.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, should I?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay, so the reason Black Lives Matter movement and the issues in America matter to me is because the first reason, which is probably the more prevalent and is different for probably the majority of the UK, is because my spouse is American. And I have in-laws in America who are black. And I have to fear for them every time they get into a car. They live in Texas as well, which is one of the most notoriously racist states. And I have to fear for them every time they get in a car. I have to worry that something's going to happen or I'm going to get a phone call. That's just a normal daily feeling for me now. If I put that aside and look at other things, it's because America is the leader of this world, it's the superpower of this world, and this is the example we're setting. And to see that a government that is supposed to set examples and help mold the free world is allowing this to happen, it's scary. And then the third one is, I guess when you mix this with Brexit, if you don't know what Brexit is, I'll put a link in to explains it for you. It just shows that, you know what? It makes you wonder, how far have we actually come? The racism and bigotry is still there. How far have we actually come, or have we just all been pretending? Why do you care?
Okay, because I need to travel to America and shit needs to be right. Nah, I'm joking. No, I care because one, it will affect my children to come. It will have an impact on family that I have over in the States. The company I work for is American owned. But ultimately, I just want to see that we've actually moved forward. And we're not just still living back in history. But you know what? I must say, I've noticed in this past, 5 years, more black slavery related movies
have come out, yeah. Yeah, it's like they were gearing up for this. They've done a remake of Roots.
12 Years a Slave, The Django.
Rife with conspiracy theories, boy. But anyway, we're going to come to an end now. And before we come to an end, we just would like if you would join us for half a minute silence for all the victims, not just of the Black Lives Matter movement, but for all the people who have lost their lives, the Dallas shootings, what's happened in Paris recently, what happened in Turkey, the Orlando shootings, just all the horrible, devastating violence that's happening in this world. And just join us in half a minute silence and just ask and pray for peace. So... Okay, thank you. And so this was another episode of Kizzle
and Gizzles
Truths.